What's up everybody? Today we're talking about what I believe is the #1 reason you are still getting punched too much in sparring. Sometimes tiny little detail that I'm going to show you today can make all the difference in taking less impact and getting more confidence in your offense. So there's very few things that can kill your excitement about sparring than getting hit too many times. You just start going, this isn't fun. Or why am I getting tagged all the time? Why am I not improving? And today, hopefully, I'm going to share with you a very simple tip to make sure that you get tagged less. Now, we actively need to look first at what are all the situations where you can get hit. Where is it most likely that you're going to get tagged? So if I have my hands up and I'm actively defending and I'm blocking shots, it's probably not that you're getting hit there way too much. If you are, you want to work on that defense. You want to just sharpen up a little bit more. Maybe you're closing your eyes too much and you're blinking. But a lot of people, when somebody jumps on them, they can shell up and they can get that defense going, and it's usually not a surprise getting hit in that moment. So we're not talking about there. What we are talking about is when you go offensive. A lot of times when people go offensive, they get tagged and they're like, shoot, every time I try and go forward, I get hit for it. So then they become hesitant. And then they end up at that point, which we just talked about, where you go on defense. It's not great, but again, you can actively defend fairly well if that's your game plan. I'm just going to sit back and defend and counterpunch. So we're going to focus on how to get that offense on point so you're not getting countered every time you enter, especially if you are the shorter fighter. If you're the shorter fighter, which pretty much we all are at some point, maybe not for me very often in my fight career at 145 pounds, but if I go to the gym and I'm sparring with 170-pound guys, you can bet that eventually I'm going to be the shorter person. So how do I safely enter without getting hit in the head? I simply drop my head off the center line as I move forward, and at the same time throw my punch out. This might seem like something that just should be taught on day one, but many gyms unfortunately don't, because it's a little bit more of a boxing situation when you enter and you move your head off the center line, because people start asking me every time, well, Gabriel, what if you move into a head kick? You can't put your head off the center line, somebody's going to kick you in the head. Easy answer, keep the other hand tight to your head. Why is it dropping? It shouldn't. Your hands are up, you enter, you get your head off the center line, and the other hand stays stapled to your temple. Then from there, you can throw more punches while this other guy tries to recover from the shot you most likely landed. Head off the center line. It's so darn simple. We're going to talk about it a little bit more here. We're going to drill it a little bit more, get the finer details down. But really, I do believe that if you're not incorporating this already, head off the center line as you attack, it's the #1 reason you're getting punched too much. You move forward, boom, ah, darn it. Move forward, oh, darn it. Get my head off the center line, all of a sudden I can enter and I'm not getting smacked for it. And I was just actually teaching this at my kids class, which I instruct in town. Not really kids as much anymore, kind of like 10 to 20. So sort of youth class, I guess. And the #1 mistake which was happening was with the legs. People go, okay, I'm going to enter and I'm getting my head off the center line, but instead of keeping their legs square as they enter, they end up crossing the legs. So they think, okay, if I take my left foot and I place it way over here in front of my right foot, then my head's really off the center line and I can throw. But now I have no follow-up. And now I have to adjust my stance so I can throw more, and during that time I might get punched again. And then you might go, oh, I don't want to do that. So very important, if my feet are about shoulder width, as I enter, they stay at shoulder width. And the only thing that's changed is I have moved my head, you will note, not sideways, but forwards and sideways. Then when I do that, I move closer into range with my jab, keep the other hand really high, and again, now from there I'm in this safe zone for a split second where I can follow up and let my punches go. Let's try it once here, slow. Enter, drop the head on a 45-degree angle, other hand really high. 1, legs are at shoulder width, or Stepping off to the other side, again, straight up the middle, but head drops 2. Can be a jab or a cross. It's as simple as that, guys. It doesn't need to be fancy sometimes. It doesn't need to have this crazy, spectacular answer where you're going, oh my gosh, that was mind-blowing, the information he just gave me. No, sometimes simple, very often simple is the answer you need to stop getting punched in the head. So enter with the head off the center line, and keep in mind that this works in 2 ways. This can be done offensively, or I can stand my ground. If somebody comes to jab me, head off the center line, jab them back. They come to cross me, head off the center line and cross. And you can start incorporating this mid-combo as well. So maybe I enter with my head off the center line, I throw a couple punches, I go, uh-oh, he's gonna throw at me. Next shot, head off the center line. I could come forward, jab, hook, cross, head off the center line. This is going to keep your head safe. It's going to save you so much grief. Yes, you still actively want to work on your solid defense and get really good when somebody throws a combo on you, but why not just do this one simple thing where it's going to save you so many shots to the head? And every time you get hit in the head, your combo stops. So you end up throwing less, which gives this other guy more courage to keep throwing on you. Very simple. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it very beneficial because, to be honest, this is one of the most important things I could teach somebody in the first month of them coming to the gym. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel and get subscribed. As always, guys, train hard. I will see you back here soon for another episode.